San Antonio, we've got you covered. Believe it or not, the 20th annual San Antonio Got You Covered collection drive is coming up on December 11th. I'm super excited to be here with my buddy Mark. This was his idea. You should go live, Howie. And I thought, live? What is that? I've never been live on Facebook. And so I'm glad some of you joined me. I have to admit, I did cheat. I texted a few of you before going live. But I'd like for you to do me a favor right now. And those of you that are on live, share it with people, because the more people we get to watch this video, the more people will have to come and donate for the Got You Covered collection drive coming up on Sunday, December 11th. So anyway, Howie, where are you? I'm right here in the parking lot of Park North Shopping Center. This is at the corner of Blanco and Loop 410. This is where the event has been for the past few years, but this is where the event actually started 20 years ago. Right over there, there's the big lighted sign. You could see it way off in the distance. And this was way before it was Park North Shopping Center. It used to be called Central Park Mall, and it was right along Loop 410. And that's where this event got started 20 years ago. I can't believe it. I was a lot thinner, a lot younger then, but I have a lot more energy now because I know that everything that we're doing supports these fantastic nonprofits. So this year, we're collecting for the food bank, we're collecting for Haven for Hope, and we're collecting for the Battered Women and Children's Shelter. And I'll tell you a little story. Last year, we collected so many donations thanks to your help that we ended up filling up the entire warehouse for the Battered Women and Children's Shelter. The poor lady that had to open the warehouse for us said that they ran out of room. So we ended up filling up the hallway, and then we filled up her office as well. And she said, Mijito, I think we have enough donations here for an entire year. So that year is now over. So we have to fill up another box truck, and we're going to do that on Sunday, December 11th. And then everything else we collect, if it's food items, that's going to go to the San Antonio Food Bank. If it's anything else, we're going to send that to Haven for Hope. And Haven for Hope has a lot of needs. I mean, they have, I say literally thousands of people that they help on a daily basis. So Food Bank feeds over 50,000, provides over 50,000 meals a week. The Battered Women and Children's Shelter serves 23,000 people a year. That includes women and children. So for every woman that they serve also 3 children. So that's why it's called the Battered Women and Children's Shelter. I know that most people know by Family Violence Prevention Services, but as you could tell, I'm old school. I'm here in an old school place where we started doing this collection drive 20 years ago. So I still call the Battered Women's Shelter the Battered Women's Shelter, Battered Women and Children's Shelter, not by their new name of Family Violence Prevention Services. So anyway, Marta Palais is a good friend of mine. I love her to death. She's doing a great job there. I love all my friends at the Food Bank and of course at Haven for Hope. And Kenny's the new executive director there. I hope he comes out. I hope Eric Cooper comes out. My buddy Michael Guerra, he should be on Facebook right now. I texted him earlier so he can be on live with us. So Sarah Pfeiffer from Haven, I want all of you all to share this and come out on Sunday, December 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. right here in the parking lot of Central Park Mall, or I should say Park North Shopping Center. And let me explain a little bit about where we are. So I just said generically Blanco and Loop 410, but right there is Aloft Hotel, okay? Right over there is Jim's Coffee Shop, and or for those of you that might not know where Jim's is, we have Earth Burger right here, and in front of Earth Burger is Frost Bank. La Madeleine is right there. Loop 410 is right in front of us. Blanco Road is right behind me. And Mark, tell me the name of that place you like to go watch movies and drink beer.
Alamo Draft House.
Alamo Draft House. So that's right over there. So you can't miss it. It's this big empty parking lot right here. We'll have 3 trucks on that day. 1 truck collects food. 1 truck collects clothing for men, women, and children, and that goes to Haven. And then the last truck will go to Battered Women and Children's Shelter, and I hope that we fill up that truck. So, okay, it looks like we're getting some questions on here. So can we make monetary donations? Jordan asks. That's a great question. So all of the expenses that are incurred by this event are taken care of. So any monetary donations do not come to Got You Covered. I want any monetary donations to go to any of those 3 nonprofits like we've done for the last 20 years. So if you show up and you don't have food or clothing to donate, then absolutely come and make a monetary donation, and you can make it to your charity of choice, your nonprofit of choice. You want to give it to the food bank? they'll turn every dollar into $10. You want to give it to the battered women and children's shelter, they have plenty of good use for that money. Haven for Hope, same thing. There's probably 1,000 people a night that sleep in the courtyard, and it can go to help them. So absolutely, come out and help. Come out and volunteer. As a matter of fact, we have another little tradition that I forgot to tell you about here. I got you covered. All of the volunteers that do not come empty-handed, if you're going to a party, you take a bottle of wine. If you come to a collection drive, you bring a donation. But if you come and bring a donation and you stay and volunteer, you get the 20th annual Got You Covered collection drive t-shirt. Not just for donating, but for coming out and volunteering and working and helping people unload. So that reminds me, what's the process? So here's what happens. People will drive by, just like that Toyota Camry just did, and they'll pull up. They'll be approached by some of the volunteers, and they'll ask, can I unload your donations for you? And then they'll pop their trunk. The volunteers will go in, take the stuff out of their trunk, and go put it in the appropriate box truck that's not here right now, but will be here on December 11th. And then they can get a receipt. So let's say they want to write it off on their taxes, right? They can get a receipt from the food bank, from the Battered Women and Children's Shelter, or from Haven for Hope, and they can write off their donation to nonprofits. So we have postcards that can be found at almost any north side wash tub location, and starting tomorrow at almost any brake check location. So that has all the details on it, but I'm giving them all to you now. They're also on our website, gotchacovered.org. GOTCHA covered.org. And then see, we have another question.
So Mark asks, what date is the event?
Okay, so the date will be on Sunday, December 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Park North Shopping Center at the corner of Blanco and Loop 410, behind Aloft Hotel, behind Frost Bank, behind Jim's Coffee Shop, next to Earth Burger. Sunday, December 11th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Very easy. On your way to church, drop by, we'll unload your donations, we'll give you a receipt, and you're on your merry way. So let's see, Tirsa asks, go up a little bit. Come out to this great event and donate. Tirsa, thank you for sharing. Michelle, okay, all these people are sharing. Tom Contreras is watching. Oh, so here, Nora asks, I'm sorry, Nora, not Nora. I was doing the English. Just food and clothing? What about toiletries? Excellent question. And sometimes I forget about that. So what should you donate? What I tell people to donate is anything you use on a daily basis. So don't think that about the people that you're donating are all homeless and walking around San Antonio and they're only going to carry around what they can hold. No, these are people that are staying in shelters that need every single thing you need. They need towels, they need sheets, they need blankets, they need, of course, coats, but they also need nice clothing, women's shoes and purses and those kinds of things. So I want my wife to donate some of her shoes and purses that she doesn't wear, for example, because she's fortunate and has a lot of them. Because these ladies, they're going to go out and get jobs and get their lives back in order. So donate all those things. So the question was specifically about toiletries. So absolutely. My buddies at Advanced Smile Care, Joss and Jason, they have donated in the past toothbrushes, toothpaste. We'll take mouthwash. We'll take deodorant, for sure. One of the things that people say, well, you know, I just gave everything away. I just took it to the Salvation Army. I just did this. I said, no problem. I go, let me tell you what a lot of people do need. New socks, new underwear for men, women, and children. So don't be embarrassed. Just go to Ross and buy a 12-pack of underwear, 12-pack of socks, or whatever packs they come in, and come and donate them, undergarments. Those are all great. So let me see. Okay, we got a couple more questions. Mark?
Can we bring toys, and can we donate baby stuff?
Okay. So yes and yes. But now here's the asterisk. I don't know if you could see that, okay? The fine print. Please don't bring me a toy that's missing 3 of the pieces because your kids no longer play for it. Don't bring me a deck of cards with only 32 cards in the box. Don't bring me markers that are dried out, okay? I want you to bring to the charity drive, to the collection drive, anything that you would want your kids to play with. So I don't want stuffed animals missing an eye and a leg and all the stuffing coming out because your dog's been chewing on it for the last 6 months. But definitely bring some nice toys, nice stuffed animals. I mean, these are things that are going to children and to families that had to leave their homes and have nothing with them, and they're staying at a shelter. So think of that. So what was the other question about toys and baby things? So the other thing, baby things, extremely important. So I was cleaning out my garage this past Saturday. What did I find in there? Stroller, car seats, booster seats, little push toys, a tricycle. I'm sorry, I know I got that one as a gift from Joss, but you know what? That radio flyer is going to get donated this on Sunday, December 11th. So thank you for giving it to me. Now I'm going to give it to somebody else, kind of re-gift it. So definitely nice toys, definitely baby things, high chairs, and you know, we've had people come in and donate cribs and things like that. We're not looking for a bunch of furniture, so don't bring me sofas and you know, a Sony TV from 1973 with the antennas and all that stuff. If you don't use it, they can't use it. Trust me, okay? It's going to end up in a dumpster somewhere, sorry to say. So bring me good stuff. I don't want a lawnmower with 3 tires on it. I don't want half-empty cans of paint. I don't want paint brushes that have been used and dried up. You know, so just be reasonable with the donations. So gotchacovered.org has a lot of details. Okay, we got a couple more questions.
People to share.
Okay, so before I answer those questions though, let me remind you guys, whoever's on live now, please share it. And if you've already shared it once, just share it again. It's no big deal. And just let's get more people to watch what's going on now, and especially keep sharing it so that people will eventually come out to the event on Sunday, December 11th. Important. Here at Park North Shopping Center, got you covered, the 20th annual collection drive benefiting Food Bank, Haven for Hope, and Battered Women and Children's Shelter. Okay, Mark, hit me with a question.
We have 2 questions. First one, can we mail things in?
You cannot mail things in because I don't know where you would mail them. So if you want to mail a check, just go to the Food Bank's website, Battered Women and Children's Shelter website, or Haven for Hope website, get their address, and whatever they say you can do to donate to them. You know, if they have collections on a Friday and you can only go on a Friday, then just go donate to them. It doesn't have to come here. I'm just facilitating by collecting it here and taking it to their warehouses. But by all means, they take donations, they take money, they take stuff all year round. So don't mail me anything. Come out Sunday, December 11th from 9 to 3 at Park North Shopping Center at the corner of Blanco and Loop 410 behind the Aloft Hotel, and we'll take your donations down to the nonprofits. But if you want to donate to them directly, go donate to them all year long. And we had another question?
Yes, next question. Are there any size in clothing that are more needed than others?
God, what an awesome question. So my buddy Howard last year, and I don't know if I should be throwing out last names or not, but he lost a lot of weight, like over 100 pounds. So he calls me up and he says, Howie, look, I have a bunch of nice suits and shoes. He goes, even my shoes don't fit because my foot got narrower, but I don't know that you could use suits and sport coats and dress shirts and pants in my, what used to be my larger size and shoes. And I said, look, Howard, I don't know if I can or not, but I can tell you that there's a lot of people that are at these shelters and they're of all sizes and shapes. So, but I will take your nice clothes and I will make sure that I put it in a nice place. Maybe they have a Dress for Success program or whatever, and I'll encourage them to keep them there so that when somebody that size comes along and wants that and needs it, they have it. So, true story, Sarah Pfeiffer, who's I hope is live now, works for Haven, and she'll verify the story. I take all these oversized big boy suits, and I take them down there, and I'm donating them. And keep in mind that the guy that donated them's name is Howard. My name is Howard, and I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around, and there's this guy about this big, and he goes, "Hey man, this all your stuff?" I said, well, it's not really my stuff. I mean, this truckload full of donations came from, you know, friends and San Antonio residents, and they're donating them here to Haven. But how can I help you? And he says, hey man, he goes, I've been looking for a job and I don't have any nice clothes, and I've been staying here at Haven, and you brought some suits and stuff that would fit me. I'm wondering if I could have them. And I said, well, I'm sure you can, but we're gonna have to talk to Haven because all this stuff actually belongs to Haven. But why don't we set them aside and then we'll talk to them, and I'm sure they'll outfit you, you know, and get you ready for your job interviews. So I said, by the way, I go, my name's Howie, what's your name? And I swear to you, the guy says, my name's Howard, nice to meet you. And I said, wow. I go, you're not gonna believe this coincidence. I said, the one and only time in 19 years that anybody's questioned whether or not their clothing was gonna get used because the size was maybe not the most common size was this year. And the guy that donated them just today His name is Howard, and your name is Howard. So I said, if you don't mind, I want to call him. And I couldn't be lying, by the way, because Howard's going to see this on Facebook. I said, why can we just call him and you just thank him, you know, and just tell him about what a coincidence this was? And so we called him. My buddy Howard didn't answer, but Howard, the guy we donated to, starts to tell him and leaves a voicemail and says how he became homeless and what a difference his clothes is going to make and all that stuff. I mean, I got choked up. You could not write that script, you know. It was a God wink. It was a coincidence. It's whatever you want to do, and that's really what energizes me to continue to do this every single year. And it's the 20th year. I had a couple of people ask me even 10 years ago, when are you going to quit doing this? I said, I don't know that I'll ever quit. I said, I get so much out of it. As a matter of fact, now I'm going to embarrass my wife, and she knows I like to do this and she hates it. But this is actually where I met my wife. It was at Got You Covered Collection Drive. It was probably the 5th or 6th annual, and we were right under that lighted sign when I said where we were. She worked for Telemundo as a news anchor. She came out to cover the news story, and she said, is there somebody here that I can interview for Spanish television about this collection drive? I said, yeah, that would be me. And she said, no, but I mean anybody that speaks Spanish. I said, well, that would be me. And she said, but I'm talking about real Spanish because it's for Spanish television. I don't want to have to translate. I go, yo hablo español. We got to talking, but the love did not start there. A year went by and we didn't see each other talk. So the 7th annual or whatever comes around, and lo and behold, here comes this pretty reporter with her walk, and she comes up and she's like, are you all doing the collection drive? I'm like, I remember you. And she goes, I remember you too. I said, well, guess what? Yes, we are doing the collection drive. However, I don't know that I want to give you an interview this year because I think it's a little disingenuous that you come out here, you do your story, and then you go back to a warm TV station and then home to a warm bed, and you're not really connected with a cause. So I'll give you an interview, but I'm going to have you spend the night in a cardboard box with me because we do that. Now, we haven't done it in a few years, but we used to do it all the time to draw more attention to the homeless issue. So she doesn't agree, but she does the story and does the interview. And then at 10:45 at night after the newscast, my now wife, her news director, the station manager, and her cameraman all came out and all spent the night that night. And you know, we were in separate boxes, by the way, and we got to talking all night, and that's where we met. And now, you know, we've been married for 11 years, 3 kids later, still doing this collection drive. So how long will I continue to do this? As long as people will tolerate me, as soon as nobody, you know, as long as nobody calls security on me, and those kinds of things, I'll continue to collect for the San Antonio nonprofits. Do we have any other questions?
2 final questions.
2 final questions, okay.
One more time, when is the event? And another question is, are you thinking about having a show in the near future?
Aha! Okay, I'm going to take that one really last because I don't want everybody to sign off before I answer. So I'm going to tell you again when the event is. Sunday, December 11th, 2016. That's coming up in a week and a half at Park North Shopping Center at the corner of Blanco and Loop 410, next to Earth Burger, behind La Madeline, behind Frost Bank, behind Jim's Coffee Shop, and behind Aloft Hotel. Sunday, December 11th. Am I ever going to have a show? I guess it depends on who's asking and what. All right. So, am I going to have a show? Let's start with live on Facebook, okay? It's not live with Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever it was, but it's live with Howie on Facebook now. If I get enough support, enough love, enough floating hearts, enough thumbs, I may take it to the next level. What that is, I don't know. But do we have any other questions? If not, please share it. Share this post. Keep liking it. Share the Got You Covered event. I got maxed out. I can't even invite any more people. Facebook cut me off. They're like, don't invite any more people. So I didn't even get to invite everybody that I know. So I'm going to depend on you guys to invite people to the event and to the event page. And let's see a big showing on Sunday, December 11th. Please.
You're getting lots of hearts right now.
Yeah? Oh, good. I love hearts. I love hearts. My daughter Nikki loves hearts. My sister Tirsa loves hearts. Now I love hearts.
One last question. We'll get it in. Amy asks, why do you do Got You Covered?
I do it, and I don't want this to sound bad, but I do it for selfish reasons. I'm kind of addicted to helping other people. My friend Sichan Siv, who is a former UN ambassador, came from Cambodia, and he told me there is no such thing as success without serving others. So no definition of success without serving others. And I believe that. I don't know if I could ever feel successful unless I'm serving others, and that's why I do it. That's why I continue to do it. So is that a selfish reason? Maybe it is. It's because of how it makes me feel. It's not trying to win more brownie points. I don't do it to try to get into heaven. I just do it because I feel successful and I feel worthwhile when I help others. So that's why I do it. Thank you for the question, Amy. All right, so Mark's cutting me off. He's got another appointment. He's already giving me that thing, just like my wife. Honey, come on, let's wrap it up. So thank you all for the support. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, December 11th. And I'm not promising that I won't be live again between now and then. But for now, see you all soon.